and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm recreating Sara Ali Khan's look. Now I've never really recreated anyone's look, maybe on Instagram, like all those creative looks, but I've never really recreated Bollywood stars look. But you know, this is New Year's. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing year. I hope all your wishes come through with all the hard work you put in. And yes guys, this is New Year's and I wanted to try something new, so that's why I recreated Sara Ali Khan's look. When I saw this look, I was mind blown. Even though it's a very simple glam, I was still very mind blown. She looked amazing, like she looked gorgeous. But yes, I never actually saw anyone recreating this look, and I just thought to myself that who will create Sara's look? Sara. Okay, that was a bad joke. Please don't unsubscribe. So yes guys, this is a very simple glam look and you can recreate this, and you can even like pull it off in Indian weddings as a guest. The last Indian wedding guest makeup I did was a bit heavy, so if you want a bit light and want to focus more on your face, this is a perfect tutorial for you guys as well. But yeah, I recreated Sara Ali Khan's look. Her face structure is very different, mine is very different, even the head size when it comes to hairstyle was very different. But yeah, I think I did a good job, at least. Just let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so I'm already rambling on a lot and this video is already getting very longer. So if you want to see how I recreated Sara Ali Khan's look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm looking so rough right now. Winter is playing with my skin right now and it's feeling super dry. So I already prepped my skin like 10 minutes back. So for that, for prepping, I use the Bubblefarm's Face Glow Oil because I really need some oil. My skin is Sahara Desert dry right now. So I use the Bubblefarm's Face Glow Oil. It's really good. And along with that, I use the PAC Pore Primer. My skin is already prepped and now we'll move on to makeup. And I forgot lip balm. And for lip balm again, I use the Bubblefarm's Rose Cinnamon Lip Serum. Really good as well. For makeup, first I'm gonna start off with this orange concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade orange because someone's not getting sleep and I'm just correcting all my dark circles and my mouth area, so everything looks fine. And even after, you know, hours and hours later, my makeup still looks nice and like, you know, those grey patches don't come through. And to buff this out, I'm going to use this PAC 219 brush. So now moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using the Nykaa SkinGenius foundation in the shade Warm Sand. I usually used to use the Matte Plus Poreless by FitMe Maybelline, but now I've moved on to this again because it's dewy and it doesn't dry out my skin. My skin is so dry, the Maybelline one just dries it out even more. It's a bit too warm because I'm not all that tan right now, so it's a bit warm for my face. And to buff this out, I'm going to be using the PAC 265 brush and then just buff it out. So I'm midway blending and I totally forgot to actually see the picture for reference. I remember just seeing it once or twice and falling in love with it, but let's just have it as reference. So I'm just going through our account and this is the post, if you guys can see. So as I can see, the base is full coverage, like I can't see any flaws coming through, so that's what I'm gonna go for. I usually like full coverage base, but it should look natural, you know, like my base will always be natural, so I'm opting for that. And even her skin looks quite natural in this, so I think we're on the same track. So we're just blending this out, and from brush I moved to this PAC sponge because I always do that. So now for concealer, my trusty dusty Kryolan derma concealer in the shade DFD, which is right here. Now this matches exactly my skin tone, but we're gonna brighten our under eyes up because hers look brightened up. So I'm just taking this and just blending this with my ring finger. I usually like blending my concealer with my finger because it doesn't eat up the product. So now I'm moving on to this concealer, which is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and this is in the shade medium. This is legit not medium, it's very light for my skin tone, so it will just brighten up my under eyes. dotting this here, it does really brighten up my under eyes. Okay, so as I can see, her skin is really bronze, like it's very warmed up. So I'm just gonna contour and bronze. And there's not a lot of blush, to be honest. It's just like very bronzy, glowy skin which she has. So for contouring, I'll be cream contouring because her contour or bronze skin looks very intensified. So I'm going to do the same thing. So for that, I'm going to be using cream and both powder contour. So for that, I'm going to be using the same concealer palette which I used before, and I'm going to be using the shade DJ3. Okay, so after blending my cream contour, I'm gonna go ahead and use powder contour, and for that I'll be using the NYX Highlight and Contour palette. It looks something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna be using these two shades right here, and I'll just be contouring my temples and my cheekbones and my jawline. That's how her picture goes. Her sculpt actually goes like from ear to ear. Like here it's a bit non-existent, but I'm gonna do it because I wanna hide my double chin. But for her sculpture, like the bronziness, the shadow goes from ear to ear. So I'm just gonna take these two shades on the PAC 112 brush. Okay, so I know her face doesn't look blushed at all, but I do want to apply a little bit of blush because this situation looks a bit dull. So I'm just going to use this shade right here and this shade from the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush palette. And I'm taking the same brush I used for contouring and just mixing these two and dusting it very, very lightly. Like I always wanted non-existent, but I also want it to be there, like something like that. I want it to look very natural and very effortless. This look is already coming through, but we do need to set our under eyes because we didn't earlier, and we need to because it will crease a lot and it will move everywhere. So to set it, I'm going to be using the Maybelline FitMe loose powder in the shade light medium. First, I'm just going to take this on my brush, so I'm just going to take it here on the tip of the brush. And after that, I'll just take my ring finger again and blend out any crease line if there is any. Because if you apply powder on top of your already crease line, it will actually settle into that and making you look like you have wrinkles there. So to avoid that, always just blend out your under eye before you start baking or applying powder. Now with the sponge, I'm just gonna take this and just bake my under eyes a little because I don't want to do it a lot as I have dry skin. And I'll be taking this side of the sponge now and taking the same powder and applying it right after I contour to make it look more chiseled. Taking this and applying it on my chin as well. Okay, so now my face is in the oven. It's baking right now. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. And first I'm just taking a spoolie and combing out my brows. And for eyebrow pencil, I'll be taking the Maybelline Fashion Brow Pencil. I don't even remember this shade. I've been using it for 1.5 years straight. And now I'll just take the same compact I had before. And now I'm drawing my eyebrows. Now Sara Ali Khan does have very bushy eyebrows and not like, very defined eyebrows. Like her eyebrows are not very arched. They just like go wherever they want to. And yeah, it's just very messy, very effortless messy, I would say. So I'm gonna try imitate that, but I do have a natural arch on both my eyebrows. So okay, so I tried my best not to arch it up and make it look super effortless and just like I didn't do my eyebrows, like something like that. And now I'm just gonna dust off all the baking powder I have, and for that I'll be using one of those Amazon brushes, but they work really well. And now I'm just dusting out. But while dusting it off, I'll be using the Maybelline FitMe pressed powder in the shade 130. This is a very brightening powder, so I'll just be taking this and just dusting it off to make it look more brightened up. But I'm not going to be doing that here. Here I'll just dust off what's there and clean that area up. So before we move on to eyes, I just quickly want to nose contour. So I'm going to be using the same powders I use for my face on this angle blending brush. And I'm just going to contour my nose. Okay, so before we move on to eyeshadow, I'm just gonna prime my eyes, and for that I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 25. I love this as an eyeshadow primer. It makes my eyeshadow stick to my eyes really well and it lasts throughout the day, so I really love that for my eyes. I'm just gonna take this here and here and just blend that out with my fingers. Okay, so my base is already done, and now moving on to eyes. She doesn't have a picture with her eyes closed, but from what I can figure it out, she has very burgundy to brown, very neutral eyes. She has kept it super simple with her makeup, and yeah, I'm just gonna try imitate it. I actually can't see what's in the lids. I just can see what's on transition and low waterline. So yeah, let's start with eyes, and my eyeshadow brushes are so dirty right now. I don't know how I'm gonna work with them, but they're all like purple to burgundy tones, so I think I'm just gonna work it around. I didn't even wash them. They look so nasty. Ugh. Okay, so what the color scheme is going on her eyes, I couldn't think of a palette more perfect than Morphe 35R palette. Now there are so many burgundy shades here, there are so many neutral browns here, so I think I'm gonna just play around with this palette. Okay, so for my crease area, I'm gonna go on with this shade and this shade right here, and I'm gonna be using that as my transition. And now I'm just dusting off the excess powder because I don't want too much on my eyes. Just tilting my face up like this, and yeah, I love this. I think this is the perfect tone. But I'm just gonna go on with the brown more than the burgundy. Okay, so I'm gonna take the same shades I use for my transition, but a bit on a lighter hand, and I'm gonna just dust that on my lids as well because I really think it's a complete matte eye. So yeah, I'm just taking those two shades again and tapping off the excess. I'm just gonna go on my lids with the same shades I use as transition, but on a very light hand. I just want the transition to be more darker than the actual lids. That's why I'm using a fluffy brush and I'm not using a flat brush, because flat brush would intensify the look even more. Okay, so I'm again taking that clean fluffy brush from Color Bar Cosmetics, and I'm just buffing that out and making it look very seamless and very blended in. So now I've changed my mind and I'm taking these two shades right here and just applying that bit of it on my lids because I can see some shimmer on our lids. So yeah, I'm just taking these two shades and really like applying it like with the lightest hand possible and focusing more on the taking these two shades and focusing it more on my lash line where you apply your eyeliner. So I'm just gonna apply it there. Okay, this is too intense. Just taking my fingers and blending this out. Yeah, I like this one. I like this. Okay, so I like how this is turning out. This is how it is exactly in the picture. Now I'm taking another flat brush like this, and this is from Vega again, and this is in the shade Eyeshadow M. and I'm taking this shade right here, which is a matte highlight, and I'm just taking that, and I'll be taking that on my brow bone to just clean that up a little bit, because my crease shadow went up to a little farther than I intended. Okay, so now for our lower waterline, we're going to be using the same shades we used for our transition, and yeah, I'm just gonna be applying that on my lower waterline. I can see her look is way intensified on a lower waterline than on a crease, so that's why I'm applying it with a flat brush, and this is from Make Art. Okay, so now before we move on to mascara, I'm just gonna be taking the Maybelline FitMe press powder. I'm just gonna be taking that a little bit on my sponge, and I'm just cleaning that area up and having a flick here. This is a bit harsh, like I went way too harsh with my brush on this side. We'll work out here, you know, let's just give it some time. And doing the same thing on this side, just cleaning that area up because I can see a little bit of here. Just blending that out a bit here because I went with my brush and I went like here, and I kind of regret that. Why did I do that? Don't ask me. So before we move on to mascara, I just want to curl my lashes up, is because I think she's wearing just mascara or very light lashes. Now I don't own any light lashes, I have all dramatic lashes, but I can, you know, have a good mascara. I'll coat on a lot of mascara so that it looks like I have falsies. I actually am very blessed with good lashes, touch wood. But yeah, just letting you guys know that when I apply a lot of mascara, it does look like I'm wearing falsies. So I'm gonna be trying and imitate her lashes. I really think she's not wearing any, but it does look like she's wearing some because her lashes are very separated. Okay, so if you're inspired by this look and you want to wear this during a wedding or anything like that where you think you're going to be there for a longer period, or if you think you're going to cry, just apply a waterproof mascara. But right now I'm not going anywhere. Like right after this I'm going to go wash my face, so I'm not going to be applying a waterproof mascara. But if you are going out for a longer period, I would suggest you wear a waterproof mascara. And for mascara, I'll be using the Maybelline BigShot mascara, and I'll just coat, like I'll just keep on applying a lot of it. I'm taking the same mascara which has a little bit of mascara residue and just combing that on my eyebrows to set my eyebrow hair. Okay, so now we are done with the eyes. I was really kind of skeptical about how the eyes would turn out because she has hooded eyes and I don't. So our styles would differ a lot. Like for me, like I could, like, you know, put a lot of drama on the lids and it can show up. So yeah, I was kind of skeptical about it, but yeah, I think it looks good. It looks a lot like her eye look, which I'm very happy about because that was the whole point. But yeah, this is how her eye looks like. I can zoom you guys in and put a picture here. But yeah, I think we are done with the eyes and the base, and now moving on to our lips. And for my lips, I'll be using the Lakme 9 to 5 lipstick. This is so old. I think that this is one of the first lipsticks I've bought, and this is in the shade Bricklet. This is a very pinky shimmery lips, which is what we are going for. As you guys can see, her lips are very wet, very shimmery, very pink, and that's what we're going for here. So now I'll just take this and apply this on my lips. This is way more pigmented than her lips, so I'm just gonna buff this with my finger. I'm just trying to blend out with my fingers because I don't want it to be too pigmented. And because her lips are very glossy, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Nykaa lip gloss in the shade Honey Boo. And I hope this turns out well. This is a very pale pink color. So I'm quite not sure about this. Yeah, I think this would look good. Okay. So now coming back to base again, I totally forgot to highlight. Now her face doesn't look very highlighted like the shimmery highlight. It looks very subtle highlight. It almost looks like she has used the Laura Mercier glow powder. But yeah, it's not like very powdery glow. So I'm just gonna be taking a cream highlight. This is the YBP Color cream and this is in the collaboration with Shreya Jain. And I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this out and make it look very, very natural. I feel so incomplete without lashes, like, but you know, it's 2019. Let's get used to things we weren't used to before. You see, this is like the most natural glow, and this is very similar to what glow she has on her face as well. I'm gonna apply a little bit on my nose as well. And this is how the YBB glow looks like. It's super natural, and I really like applying this on my powder products as well because it doesn't mess it up. It stays on place, so that's why I really like it. Okay guys, I'm actually done filming. I was actually just leaving. I was doing an outro, but I totally forgot to apply highlighter in my inner corner, so I'm just doing that. You can take any highlighter you have and just apply that in your inner corners. Okay, so yes guys, we are at the end of the video, and our makeup, hair, everything is done. I tried matching almost the same jewelry she has. She's just wearing a bracelet and nothing else, but I added a ring because yeah, I just wanted to amp this up a little bit more. She's not wearing any earrings and nothing at all, so this is what it is guys. So yes guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I hope I did a good job at recreating the look. So let me know in the comment section if you think I did a good job at recreating Sara Ali Khan's look. And thank you so much for watching guys, and if you want more of these videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon beside it. And also if you want to see even more, like more creative side of me, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and other social medias which will be right here. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.